I think the whole idea of putting together such an event is to have as much diversity as we can. You'll be surprised at how much can we learn from other professions, not within the domain. People just learn from other domains. How people are doing in other domains is a direct takeaway for innovation. The whole idea is that there's tremendous amount of information available on internet. We don't need to give that information. Information people can get. Idea is to trigger something where we can create something new. I mean, why should we even be limited by the design thinking framework which is just come from somewhere? I mean, we can create our own framework if we put our brains together. Some things don't work. I mean, one of the questions I get is what is the limitation of designing framework? Those are things to check. We can create our own framework.
One is the risk-taking and regulations, wherein we included things like innovation, DNA and drive. You don't have enough risk-takers in the startup ecosystem. For shortage of funds or for shortage of ideas, it could be, or for getting your idea validated. That was one of the points that we mentioned. And certain regulations. So if somebody wanted to even replicate innovation which has been done in the West, say for example, we just gave an example of a drone. So drones are bits and pieces here is there, and we had the innovation DNA. Basically, I don't know, let's not go to the colonial area bashing, that we were innovative, but we stopped innovating after say about till the British came in, or maybe just after the
I was overhearing other groups also. Somebody said fixed mindset. Your group said people have fixed mindset. Anybody else has some similar findings?
Yeah. Traditional mindset.
We focus on
conventional ecosystem.
Okay.
So we are told to do what?
Lifestyle focus.
We are told to do what?
Not why.
Why culture is missing.
Okay. So this part is
one important point that we also crunched out is the social cultural gap. I mean, that could be within peers, within the company, outside the company, convincing clients that design is important, functionality yes, so UI UX is as important as the other aspects as well. Maybe for the initial catching part, but it has
lack
to be
of collaborative network. Like one of the participants said that in his company, he is doing his work in his core domain, but he is not able to connect with other people from other domains.
All right.
So that connection is missing, and I think that was present in other organizations.
Building POC is an expensive and time-consuming stuff. So somebody has to go by the gut feeling and take a decision and say go ahead with it. So decision making during innovation process is one key challenge again. And second thing which I just felt just now, which I just want to add a new thing, which is IP protection, because there is a huge conflict. Somebody said multidisciplinary collaboration. We also had collaboration as a point, and I have seen that it is because I have worked in the domain of open innovation. Biggest challenge is protection of IP, and particularly in Indian case, if you have seen the foreign clients in India do not trust Indian partners, and I have experienced that a lot. And IP protection, I feel, is the biggest challenge in the collaborative innovation environment.
To his decision making thing, the articulation and communication, from the time I get the idea, and then getting the first buy-in to finally selling it, in the market, it's something that is needed all the time, including in the decision making, or for example, convincing your team that agile is the process. It's all about articulating, explaining, communicating your ideas, well. From the time you get it in your head to the customer, through the entire life cycle of the innovation.
So I think my take on this is that India is by and large a trickle-down market. Trickle-down in the sense something happens in some hotspots, and then it percolates down. A trickle-up is one phenomenon which is called Patanjali. It has come from smaller cities to the main cities now. Reliance Fresh is now selling, but earlier if you go to small towns, they were selling 5 years back also. Why watch people? Because they say that consumer needs or customer needs are not what they say. It's not what they say alone. It's what they do. So one good example of what they do is, I think maybe it might be a repeat from the guys who came last time, but it's an excellent example. It's a recent success of innovation of a candy. Okay, 100 crore in 6 months they say, Pulse Candy. I'm not selling it, they don't pay me any commission. But this guy has done tiny innovation, which is, it's got a salty, on the kacha aam is a flavor, kacha aam candy, and inside there is a salty liquid inside. Okay? And this kind of thing will never come from, consumer will never say, please fill it with a salty liquid inside, then I like it. Nobody will say this. They said, we just observed that when Indians eat kacha aam or curry or the raw mango, they put salt on top of it. That's it. So the innovation lies in what, not asking what you say, but what you do, you observe. So design thinking says empathize. That's it. You empathize and you get some new ideas. While you walked in, I think I was showing another video which is of James Dyson, another innovator. This guy is supposed to have innovated. He's a billionaire. He owns some, as a statistic, some 30,000 acres of UK land. He's 13th billionaire, biggest billionaire of the world. So this guy made his wealth from one product called vacuum cleaner. Storm, what is it called? Cyclone vacuum cleaner. Dual cyclone vacuum cleaner. So he saw that the vacuum suction can be done without the bags from a different technology which is used in sawmills to separate it out, the sawdust from the air. And he used that, he miniaturized that and used that in this concept. He made 5,000 prototypes, that's what he says. 5,137 prototypes. And in the videos he goes on saying, by 2,157 prototype, my wife had to work to support the family. By 3,000 something. So he was documenting everything. If you can recall all this, means he was documenting. And what he was, so to say, inspired by was Edison's way of doing things, which is you do a tiny change and test. Do a tiny change and test. It's not making a complete new prototype. Change one screw and put it to test. Change one screw and put it to test. So 5,000 times. That's another way of doing a agile testing, or you can say design thinking, iterative prototype. 5,000 times he's done it. And he became a billionaire, of course. So it's just a takeaway that the iterative thing is getting conviction. So getting conviction, risk of failure is very big once you go towards the implementation. If you are failing in at the design stage, at the prototype stage, it doesn't matter.
Is it that whenever we talk about design thinking, that it is more of understanding the requirement well and delivering the blueprint or prototype which will be closer to the final product? So their design thinking ends, or typically in IT scenario, if I talk about SDLC phases, analysis, design, coding, so in coding also we can apply design thinking, in testing also we can apply design thinking.
So that's another beauty, that it is not a process for initial process of market locking in, market research locking in. It is, you can apply it every stage. Okay. For example, when you want to do, coding team is about to sit to code the requirement which has come. Go through this cycle again. So it says that apply it at every stage and every facet of, we can apply it to everyday situations.
There if we talk about empathy and all, so maybe the user will change, right?
User will change.
Analytics a way of emphasizing, or you would say that
No, for sure. So good question you asked is that it's not about only the interviews or observation. Data will also support you in empathy. So the empathy is basically you that take an intelligent view of the situation in present. You observe, you read, you support with the analytics. So if you get an idea from the Facebook of what people are doing about certain things and what they're saying, why not? We must. Data analytics, it only says that don't get carried away by data analytics. Don't make that the starting point. That's it. And empathize is not new to India. We know this word for long. Have empathy, have karuna, have daya, all that thing. So we know this word from long. It just says that when you start a business model, start knowing the context right. That's all. Don't look at the data. Don't look at, you may have the data, you may have the idea, you may have the ready business plan, but still, you have all the resources right. Still, spend enough time for, when somebody does empathy, you are bringing a lot of evidences from the ground. And that reduces the need for others to go to the field. And every time what happens is that you stop saying that I think this should be done. Even in a startup scenario, 3 founders, 3 have different exposure to the world and they have different point of view, right? I think this should be done. And the moment you say, I think this should be done, other guy says, this should not be done. So you say, the field is saying it, or consumer is saying it, or customer is saying it. I got a clip, see, listen to this. Or I got a picture, see what they're doing. So those evidential, what it does is that it makes the entire innovation process very evidential. And that brings the faster decisioning. And we are right now struggling where to start from. How do I get conviction that what I'm telling you is the right thing? I'm sitting in India, you are sitting in US, I don't even know the context. How do I tell you this is the right thing? And the thing is, just empathize. It is as simple as empathize. Requirements team, one of the consulting projects we were involved, requirements team, or you can say the marketing team and the coding team have literally no connection. Right? And by the time this requirements trickle down here to this time, and they want to say something, they have no say. You shut up. We are requirement. We know. You know? And the entire game of empathize is that everyone should know firsthand what is a real thing. So earlier in the olden times, some state would have a vision, and they make the entire stuff, get it from abroad or make it entire thing, and all you have is one ambassador card. Sell it. That was one of the, when you find customers and there are only software. Then something called lean tech startup or lean methodology of innovation, which says build. Directly just go and build things. Build, measure and validate or something like that.
Learn.
Sorry?
Build, measure and learn.
Build, measure and learn. So moment you have an idea, build it. Iterate, and get it. So I got a drone idea. Now, we were discussing drones, right? I want to make drones. All right, you want to make drone. Design thinking says, do people need it? That's where that shift is happening with this animal called design thinking coming in. So the typical example given is like how to make a better bridge. That's the way the red ocean works. We'll do it this way, or and cantilever, or arched one, or this one. But design thinking says, do you need a bridge? Design thinking says, do you need to cross the river at all? Idhar hi kar lo kaam. So questioning fundamentals is the first role of design. In a matured market, there are a lot of competition, and you end up doing competition benchmarking. They have 17 features, and so means your starting point has to be 17 features. 18th, which one do you add? That's the regular red ocean. And here it says that in blue ocean you think completely away. In fact, design thinking it becomes a tool to do blue ocean thinking. One of the issues for any change to happen, whether design thinking or something else, it has to happen top down. It can never go down up. This is not a trickle up process, it is trickle down process. So top man should be seen doing it. Very exciting time that way to be, where you have a now chance to question everything the way company does, organization does. And if the top man or your seniors are already got some training somewhere of design thinking, he is the man to approach. because he would have at least some respect for this guy is coming with some new idea. And for startup, great shape, because you are starting on a complete new slate. It is a time where the meaning of everything is changing. Coffee means what to me is changing. Healthcare means what to me is changing. Money to me is changing. Everything is changing.